Hey everybody, Coach Willem here for Restored Strength, and this is our Tuesday's workout. With Tuesday's workout, we're going to begin with the first focus, which is going to be core strength, lower body, and upper body mobility. And so the first exercise that we're going to begin with is a USB dead bug with a mini band. And so we're going to be doing 3 to 6 reps on each leg. And so what we want to do is we want to do the heel drop first, because that's going to be a little bit less difficult than the leg extension. So grabbing my bag in the iso hold position. From here, I have the band around my ankle and the band around the center of my foot. The band that has the foot centered, we're going to be dropping the heel there, slow and controlled, keeping the belly button into the ground, dropping my heel. Now, if I wanted to make this a little bit more challenging, I'm going to go into a leg extension, keeping that ankle around the band and that band around the center of the foot, going into an extended position here. So we'll do about 3 to 6 reps on one side, switch the band from the foot to the ankle to the opposite side. Same thing here, either extending the leg or dropping the heel down. As soon as we're done with those 3 to 6 reps, what we're going to do next is we're going to move into our hand behind the head, open book rotation. And so what we want to do there is lengthen the bottom leg. We're going to raise our knee up towards our hip. My bottom arm is going to go onto the top of my knee. My top hand goes to the bottom or behind my head. From that position, I'm going to rotate over, trying to look past my elbow and armpit, and then I'm going to bring back to center. So again, I'm going to rotate slow and controlled, looking past, keeping my knee pinned onto the foam roller. And with those, we're going to do 4 reps on each side. If we want to make this a little bit more comfortable for our head and our neck, we can rest onto the blue pad. As soon as we're done there, we're going to move into our banded leg raises. And with those leg raises, we're going to do 4 reps on each side. And so what I want to do is I want to place the band around the center of my foot. I'm going to raise my leg up as high as I can. And once I reach the end point, from there I'm going to give it a light tug and then lower my leg back down. So again, I actively raise up as high as I can, light pull at that top, then I bring it back down. Once we're done with the core mobility focus of the workout, we're going to move into the strength portion. And with the strength portion, we're going to be focusing on USB cleans. And so with those cleans, we're going to be doing anywhere from 4 to 8 reps. For the foundational exercise, we're going to be doing a deadlift. So having the bag placed on top of the feet, having a slight bend in the knee, reaching those hips back. From that position, keeping a tall and tight back, going into your hip hinge. Again, it's a slight bend in the knee, it's reaching those hips back. If that gets to be too easy, then we can go into the main focus, which is going to be the clean. And so from here, what I want to do is I'm going to drive my feet into the ground, pull my elbows up, drive them forward. From this top position, what I want to do is I want to pull my elbows behind me and let those elbows drop. So with that clean, it's going to be driving the feet into the ground, high elbows go forward, pull those elbows back, drop those elbows down. So this is going to be that full clean, and to progress from there, going into fist loaded. So driving up, landing onto the fist. We're going to be pairing that up with anywhere from 3 to 5 reps on the single arm kettlebell press. And so with that kettlebell press, we're going to be standing. Should be at about hip distance from this position. From here, what I want to do is I want to squeeze the bell as hard as I can, slightly open up my elbow, press upward so that the bicep goes either in line with the ear or behind, then actively pull the kettlebell down. So again, open the elbow slightly, press up and behind, pull back down. If you wanted to make this a little bit more progressive or challenging, what you can do is go into a thruster where you're going to squat down, weight into the heels, drive and press up. Pull down, squat, drive and press up. If we have somebody who's dealing with either shoulder pain or they can't get their arms quite overhead yet in a good position, we can move them into the USB half kneeling press out to lift. And so grabbing the USB in a vertical position. From here, I'm going to be pressing my feet into the floor. The bag goes outward from that position. I lift up as high as I can, pull back down, pull to the belly button. So again, I drive my feet into the ground, I press forward, I raise that bag up, and I pull back down. Same amount of rep ranges for both, if not all three of those variations. Now we're going to move into the conditioning portion of the workout. And so the first exercise that we're going to do is a USB shoulder squat. And with that USB shoulder squat, our conditioning is going to be circuit. This time it's going to be based on reps. So we're going for reps every round. So what I want to do is I want to grab my USB. The broad side or the flat side that doesn't have handles is going to be facing towards me. From that position, I'm going to clean the bag up onto my shoulder. I'm going to keep a tall and tight position. From here, I'm going to reach my hips back, widen out my knees, press into the floor, and then stand tall. I'm going to do 4 reps on one side, drop the bag, switch sides, 4 reps on the other. Another variation that we can do is transfer bags depending on who you're working with. If it feels comfortable for them, you can just pull it over to the other side. So wherever your members are at, adjust the weight and the transfer of the bags of the shoulder, however way they feel most comfortable with. So once we're done there, the next round, we're gonna go into a single arm kettlebell row. So we can begin by having our hand on our knee to help support us, keeping our chest up, pulling that elbow behind the ribs slightly, letting that arm lean forward, then pulling back. The goal here is to get the back toe to press into the floor to keep balance and sustain a good amount of tension in the hips. Switch sides, 4 reps on one side, 4 reps on the other. That position gets to be too difficult. You can shorten out the stance. You can even bring out a bench to help support them. So wherever your members may be at, adjust the exercise accordingly to where they're at.